thanks everyone for joining me on this edition of Big Drone Flyer 77 RC. And today I'm going to do a quick run on this, probably about a 3-minute run. Let you guys see how this crawls in and out of water. It's waterproof, 1/10 scale. This is a 136-100 crawler. This is from RGT, which is actually HSP Racing. And this is a really nice crawler, you guys. I'm going to go to the crawling first, then stick around at the end, and I'll do a quick look over on this, let you guys know some little tricks that I learned on this so you don't burn up the ESC if you're going to go and run LiPo. So definitely stick around for that. And if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of things on here. I fly drones, helicopters, got boats, pretty much anything RC is you're going to find it on this channel. So definitely hit that subscribe and hit the notifications so you know what's coming up next on the channel. So alright guys, enjoy the run and don't forget to stick around for some tips. Stay tuned. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end, you guys. I just wanted to give you a few tips with this crawler here. This one's RGT, which is actually HSP Racing. This one's considered the Rc4. This is the V2. This version I got had like a Range Rover style canopy on it. I also have a Toyota Land Cruiser, same color, but I want to paint it sometime. That's why I'm not running it on here right now. But I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that came in the package, which has got a pretty nice controller. It's about 100 meters, so it doesn't got a lot of range, but when you're crawling, you don't need to go that far away from you. But here's all the settings inside, and that's where you'll find the on and off switch right here as well. So then you got all your adjustments here and your reverse adjustments underneath here, so get the light on there. But it's pretty basic controller. Feels pretty good. It's nice and heavy duty. It feels halfway decent at least. So as you can see, it has the HSP Racing on there. So that way you go to search for it. For some reason you can't find it under RGT. Just look up HSP crawlers. It should pop up. But I'll leave a link down in the descriptions. Thing I found with this nickel metal hydrate battery is mine ran flat. I can only get about 5 minutes out of it, and it just go dead. So these batteries are kind of no good. So the trick on this one is it's a 2-in-1 ESC in here, and you have to switch it over to LiPo. It says you can run 2 to 3S, but it's only 40 amps, so I'd only run 2S. You don't need no 3S for this because you're crawling. You don't need that extra power. It's got plenty of torque. It's got lockers in the front and rear on this, and it's all metal diff and aluminum drive lines and the dog bones. Everything's all aluminum on here and metal, so that makes it really nice metal frame. But here's the charger it comes with. These things are pretty much no good. It's got the mini Tamra on there, I guess you could say. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what connector's on here. But when you go to switch it over, you guys, the battery connector on the truck is opposite. So your standard, even Dean's plug connector, if you go to LiPo, you're gonna have to switch it around on the truck, okay? And it's real simple. I'll show you that in a minute. But you got your instruction manual, and you got your loop, so you don't have to run on and off switch. You can just have the power on at all times. And then this tube's for your antenna. Then you got all your information in the list of parts. I got the Toyota Land Cruiser body. It's not in blue, but it's in gray right here. So I did order that separately. But this is full waterproof electronics. And there is one thing I did want to show. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Alright, let me pull this guy up here closer. I don't have a table at the moment, so I mean, it's in this small little area here, so I don't have that big of an area to really look at it. But I have a 2S LiPo. This actually came out of my SEMA X8, and I just ran an adapter to run Dean's plug. And you can get rid of all this stuff. This was just a quick setup for me to go to the river because I didn't have another battery charged at the time. But I did buy a connector here, so I can run Dean's connectors for LiPos or nickel metal hydrate if you still want to run that. But my plug got hot because when I plugged it in, I didn't realize that it's opposite. So what happened is when I went to go plug it in, this right here, this was negative and this one was positive. So it got hot. I got it just in time. Got a little dark in there. I'll probably change out this plug here eventually, but I just took these out and swapped them over and plugged them back in. That way it's now set up for my LiPo. So, and you need to go and change it right here on the truck itself. See if I can get up closer here. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Alright, so you have this little blue piece here that has to go into where you have to slide it over to LiPo, so it's all the way to the left. If I go all the way to the right and connect it, it'll be back for nickel metal hydrate. So you definitely have to make sure you go and switch this blue thing right here, guys, or you'll burn up the 2-in-1 ESC. But I turned this on for a second so you can see the lights, and the on and off switch is on the side here. Let me back this back out. Alright, bear with me, guys. Here we go. So here's the on and off switch right there. And it does have lights in the front, and it has lights in the rear. So it does come with at least a set of lights already. You can always connect more on there if you want. It doesn't have that big of a motor, but it does the job, as you guys can see in the video. And I wasn't even really climbing yet. You know, I was just kind of playing around, messing with it because it's the first time I was running it. But it does have a metal frame. It's got lockers in the front and rear, and the housing right here is plastic, but you got metal shafts inside here, you guys. So there is a lot of metal. So yeah, it feels like plastic. I think it's supposed to be a metal look, but it feels plastic to me. But all the suspension is metal, so which is really nice. You got 2.2-inch tires, and if you're going to take it out in the water, I suggest that you go, since it's got sponge in here. One of my tires, the tape came off, but there's little, you can see the foam coming out. There's little, let's see if I could see it here. Kind of hard to see with this camera, but there's little holes inside your rims. See if I can get it. There it is. You can see it right here. You want to tape those off so water don't get in there, and use a decent tape so it don't come off like mine did. So now I got some water in this tire. I got to keep trying to squeeze out that sponge because it will wreck your tires. So definitely tape off those so that way you don't get water inside your tires. And but the rest of the electronics, I went underwater, no problem at all. It's waterproof. You know, you can go through some more measures and spray some stuff on, you know, the ESC and receiver if you want, but it does the job. As long as you're not sitting there under the water the whole time, you know, you can go underwater, come back out, and there's no problem. But the bumpers are nice and solid. You can adjust them in and out if you put a different body on here, so that's up to you. But other than that, it's a really good truck. You know, a lot of upgrades you can do to this. You know, there's so much you can do with it, but it's got a 3 gig servo in it, so it turns really nice, and it turns sharp if you want, and you can adjust that all out. But I'll show you the other body real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. Alright, so I did order a Land Cruiser body. I'll leave a link in the descriptions. You can even find them on eBay as well. You just look up the 136-100 HSP or RGT, and then they send you this. They've put a bunch of foam in there. I did have to go and kind of reform the side a little bit just from shipping, but you can see the Toyota Land Cruiser body is really nice. I'm probably going to go and create a mount to put a spare tire on the back, and just a lot of things I want to do to it because I want to replicate my dad's Land Cruiser he had, which was red and white top. He passed on when I was 12, so I always wanted to replicate his Jeep, and this is what I'm going to use to do it. So they give you the stickers. I'm going to leave those off until I paint this, and then I'll put them back on and go from there. But there's a lot of different style bodies you could choose from, so you don't have to have the one that I have here. Other than that, guys, this thing is really nice. Just ditch the battery. Go with the LiPo. Ditch this. I use a Tenergy charger, so I use a hobby grade charger for all my batteries. The charger they give you, it's just not very good at all. And like I said, this battery fell flat. When I checked it on the charger, it wasn't even charging up all the way, so there was something definitely wrong with it. So, but other than that, there you go. You can go with you can go with pretty good size 2S. I wouldn't go 3 or you'll burn up that ESC, but this one's what is it, 25 milliamps, so it's 2.4 volt. That's what I'm running. Like I said, you don't have to have one with adapter. I just did that because I had a bunch of these lying around and they're not being used, so I wanted to use them up before they go bad. That way I can put a charge back on them and store them. So alright guys, thanks for watching. Find this on Banggood. I'll leave the link down in the description. If I find any other links, since I purchased this myself, I'll leave other links in there if I could find them, if I could find the best deal for you. But right now they're on sale on Banggood. I think it's like $155. Originally these were $200 something, so it's a good deal right now, and it's a nice crawler, you guys, with plenty of room to upgrade. So alright guys, take care. Like always, God bless, cheers, and happy driving.